The secret revealed, a creature hidden by the Soviet Union and discovered. Olivia, a humble cleaner at a Soviet military base during the Cold War, stumbled upon not just a secret chamber but a living, breathing secret, a humanoid sea creature being hidden from the world. Let's see how Olivia managed to communicate with the creature and what she did to try to free it from the Soviet Union. So, stay until the end. In the midst of the Cold War, Olivia worked as a cleaner at a Soviet military installation in 1960. She had been there for 4 years, known and trusted by the soldiers who passed her in the hallways. One evening, as she was going about her usual duties, a captain approached her with a request. He handed her a set of keys and asked her to deliver them to the general. Following his instructions, Olivia ventured deeper into the base than she had ever been. The air grew cooler and the corridors darker, lit only by the occasional flickering bulb. As she made her way through the winding passages, she accidentally bumped into a section of wall, causing a hidden door to creak open. Curiosity piqued, Olivia stepped through the door and found herself in a dimly lit room. At the center stood a massive aquarium, its glass walls thick and reinforced. Inside, something moved. She approached cautiously, peering through the glass. Her breath caught in her throat when she saw a humanoid creature with scales and fins, its eyes glowing faintly in the dim light. As she stared, the creature turned to look at her, and a voice echoed in her mind. "Do not be afraid. I am Noan." Olivia gasped, taking a step back. The creature was speaking to her telepathically. "What are you?" she asked, her voice trembling with a mix of fear and fascination. "I am a being of the sea," Noan replied. "I lived in the ocean until I was captured by a military vessel. They brought me here." Olivia felt a surge of sympathy for Noan. "You're a prisoner," she said softly, her heart aching at the thought. Noan nodded. "Yes, I have been here for a long time, isolated and alone." Determined to learn more, Olivia returned to the hidden room whenever she could, sneaking in during her breaks and after her shifts. Each time, she and Noan communicated through their minds, sharing stories of their worlds. Olivia found herself drawn to the creature, fascinated by his tales of the deep ocean and the life he had once known. Days turned into weeks, and Olivia's visits became a regular occurrence. She marveled at Noan's intelligence and gentle nature, and a bond began to form between them. She shared her own life with him, speaking of her dreams and fears, finding solace in his presence. One evening, as she was about to leave, Noan's voice filled her mind with urgency. "Olivia, I need your help. I must return to the sea. I cannot survive here much longer." Olivia's heart raced. She knew the risks involved in trying to free Noan, but she couldn't bear the thought of leaving him to suffer in captivity. "I will help you," she promised. "I will find a way to get you out of here." With a determined heart, Olivia began to devise a plan to free Noan. She knew she couldn't do it alone, so she confided in a trusted friend, a soldier who had been kind to her since she started working at the base. Together, they plotted a daring escape, knowing that failure would mean severe consequences for them all. As the pieces of their plan fell into place, Olivia felt a mixture of fear and hope. She was about to risk everything for Noan, a creature she had come to love deeply. The secret of the Soviet base had become her mission, and she was determined to see it through. The night of the escape, Olivia and her friend moved swiftly through the base, avoiding patrols and security cameras. They reached the hidden room, and with trembling hands, Olivia unlocked the door. Noan looked at her with a mix of gratitude and anxiety. "Are you ready?" she asked, her voice steady despite the turmoil inside her. Noan nodded. "Yes, let's go." With their hearts pounding, they began the perilous journey to freedom, knowing that their actions would change their lives forever. The bond between Olivia and Noan had transformed from a simple connection to a powerful force, driving them toward a future where love and freedom awaited. As the days turned into weeks, Olivia's life took on a new rhythm centered around her secret visits to the hidden room in the Soviet base. Each day, she would carefully plan her excursions, ensuring that no one would notice her slipping away. The clandestine nature of her meetings with Noan added an element of thrill and danger, but it was the connection she felt with the creature that truly captivated her. Olivia had never imagined that she would find herself in such an extraordinary situation. Noan, the humanoid sea creature, was unlike anyone she had ever known. His presence was calming, his wisdom profound, and his stories of the ocean filled her with awe. She found solace in his company, a stark contrast to the harsh realities of the military base. "Noan," she asked one day, her curiosity piqued, "what was your life like before you were captured?" Noan's telepathic voice was tinged with a wistful sadness. "I lived in the depths of the ocean, among my kind. We swam freely, exploring the vast underwater world, communicating through the currents. It was a life of peace and beauty, far removed from this place." Olivia's heart ached at the thought of Noan's captivity. "I'm sorry," she said softly. "You don't deserve to be here, trapped like this." Noan's gaze met hers, his eyes reflecting a deep, otherworldly understanding. "Your kindness gives me hope, Olivia. You have shown me compassion in a place where I thought it impossible to find." As their conversations continued, Olivia began to realize that her feelings for Noan were growing deeper. It was more than just friendship. It was a profound connection that transcended the boundaries of their worlds. She admired his strength and resilience, his gentle spirit, and the way he looked at her with a mix of curiosity and affection. One evening, as she prepared to leave, Noan's voice echoed in her mind. "Olivia, I sense something in you. A bond that is more than just companionship. Do you feel it too?" Olivia's cheeks flushed, but she nodded. "Yes, Noan, I feel it too. It's like nothing I've ever experienced before." Noan's eyes softened, and a sense of warmth filled the room. "In my world, such connections are rare and precious. You have become more than a friend to me, Olivia. You have given me a reason to hope, a reason to believe that I might one day return to the ocean." Their bond deepened with each passing day. Olivia found herself thinking about Noan constantly, her heart aching when they were apart. She knew that their relationship was fraught with challenges and uncertainties, but she couldn't deny the love that had blossomed between them. As she shared her dreams and fears with Noan, he offered her a different perspective, one that came from centuries of living in harmony with nature. "Life is full of challenges," he told her, "but it is also filled with moments of beauty and wonder. We must cherish those moments, no matter how fleeting they may be." Olivia knew that she had to find a way to free Noan. She couldn't bear the thought of him spending another day in captivity, isolated from the world he loved. With the help of her friend, the soldier, she began to formulate a plan. It was risky and dangerous, but it was their only chance. One night, as they sat together in the hidden room, Olivia looked at Noan with determination. "We're going to get you out of here," she said firmly. "You belong in the ocean, not in this place." Noan's eyes shone with gratitude. "Thank you, Olivia. Your courage and kindness have given me a strength I never knew I had." Their plan was set into motion, and Olivia felt a mixture of fear and excitement. She was about to risk everything for Noan, driven by a love that defied logic and reason. The bond they shared had become a powerful force, one that transcended the boundaries of their worlds. As they prepared for the escape, Olivia and Noan shared a quiet moment, their hands pressed against the glass that separated them. "Whatever happens," Noan said, his voice filled with emotion, "know that you have changed my life, Olivia. You have given me hope and love, and for that, I will always be grateful." Tears welled in Olivia's eyes. "And you have changed mine, Noan. I will do everything I can to see you free." With their hearts intertwined, Olivia and Noan faced the challenges ahead with a newfound strength. Their unlikely connection had transformed into a love that defied the odds, and they were ready to fight for their chance at freedom and a future together. The reality of freeing Noan from the depths of the Soviet military base was daunting, but Olivia was determined. She knew she couldn't do it alone, so she turned to her closest friend at the base, Ivan, a soldier who had shown her kindness since she began working there. Late one evening, in the dim light of a quiet corner of the base, Olivia confided in Ivan. "Ivan, I need your help. I've discovered someone. There's a creature, a humanoid being named Noan, kept in a hidden part of the base. He's a prisoner and needs to be freed." Ivan listened intently, his expression serious. "Are you sure about this, Olivia? This sounds dangerous." If we get caught, the consequences will be severe. I know the risks, Olivia replied, her voice steady. But Noan doesn't belong here. He's been held captive for so long. We have to help him. Seeing the determination in Olivia's eyes, Ivan nodded. All right, I'm with you. But we need a solid plan. We can't afford any mistakes. Together, they began to plot the details of their daring escape. Ivan, with his knowledge of the base's security protocols, and Olivia, with her intimate understanding of the layout, made a formidable team. They spent nights whispering in shadows, mapping out their route and timing their moves to avoid detection. We'll need to disable the security cameras, Ivan said one night, tracing their path on a makeshift map. There are blind spots here and here. We can use those to our advantage. Olivia nodded, her mind racing with the logistics. We'll also need a distraction. Something to draw attention away from our movements. What about a staged equipment malfunction? Ivan smiled. Good thinking. I can arrange for a power outage in one of the main corridors. That should give us the cover we need. As they worked out the details, Olivia felt a growing sense of hope. The plan was risky, but with Ivan's help, it felt possible. They gathered supplies, hiding them away for the night of the escape, and practiced their route, moving stealthily through the base during their free time. Finally, the night arrived. The air was thick with tension as Olivia and Ivan prepared to put their plan into action. They met in their usual corner, their faces set with determination. Are you ready? Ivan asked, his voice low. Olivia took a deep breath and nodded. I'm ready. Let's do this. They moved swiftly and silently, navigating the darkened corridors with practiced ease. Ivan disabled the security cameras while Olivia kept watch, her heart pounding in her chest. They reached the hidden room where Noan was kept, and Olivia used the keys she had borrowed to unlock the door. Noan looked up as they entered, his eyes filled with a mixture of hope and fear. Is it time? He asked, his voice echoing in Olivia's mind. Yes, Olivia replied, her voice trembling with emotion. We're getting you out of here. With Ivan's help, they carefully lifted the heavy lid of the aquarium and helped Noan climb out. The creature's scales glistened in the dim light, and he moved with a grace that belied his captivity. Follow us, Ivan instructed, leading the way through the labyrinthine passages. They moved quickly, their hearts pounding with every step. The power outage Ivan had arranged plunged part of the base into darkness, creating the perfect diversion. As they neared the exit, they encountered a group of soldiers. Olivia's breath caught in her throat, but Ivan stepped forward, his voice commanding. There's a security breach in Sector 7. We need reinforcements there immediately. The soldiers, unaware of their true intentions, nodded and hurried away. Ivan turned to Olivia and Noan, a grin spreading across his face. We're almost there. They reached the edge of the base, where a small, rarely used exit led to the forest beyond. Ivan had arranged for a vehicle to be waiting, hidden among the trees. They quickly climbed in, and Ivan started the engine, driving away from the base and towards the coast. The journey to the sea was tense, but filled with a sense of growing relief. As they neared the shoreline, Olivia could see the ocean stretching out before them, vast and inviting. They stopped at a secluded beach, far from prying eyes. Noan turned to Olivia, his eyes filled with gratitude. Thank you, Olivia. You have given me my freedom. Tears filled Olivia's eyes as she embraced Noan. Be safe, Noan. I'll miss you. Noan nodded, his expression softening. I will find you again, Olivia. I promise. With a final glance, Noan slipped into the water, disappearing beneath the waves. Olivia and Ivan watched as he swam away, their hearts heavy with emotion but lightened by the knowledge that they had done the right thing. As they stood on the beach, watching the first light of dawn break over the horizon, Olivia felt a sense of peace. Noan was free, and their bond, forged in the depths of the Soviet base, would endure. She knew that she would see him again, and until then, she would cherish the memory of their unlikely connection and the love that had grown between them. The night had finally come. Olivia and Ivan were ready to execute their daring plan to free Noan. The air was thick with tension, and every sound seemed amplified in the stillness of the Soviet base. They had meticulously planned each step, but the uncertainty of the mission weighed heavily on them. Olivia met Ivan in their usual spot, a dimly lit corner near the storage room. "It's time," she whispered, her heart pounding. Ivan nodded, his expression serious. "Let's move." They slipped into the shadows, navigating the darkened corridors with silent precision. Ivan disabled the security cameras one by one, while Olivia kept watch, her nerves on edge. Each moment felt like an eternity as they crept closer to Noan's hidden chamber. When they reached the entrance to the secret room, Olivia's hands trembled as she used the keys to unlock the door. They pushed it open slowly, revealing the dimly lit interior where Noan waited. His eyes glowed faintly in the darkness, filled with hope and anxiety. "Is it time?" Noan's telepathic voice echoed in Olivia's mind. "Yes," Olivia replied softly. "We're here to get you out." Ivan quickly moved to help lift the heavy lid of the aquarium, and together they carefully helped Noan climb out. His scales shimmered in the faint light, and he moved with a fluid grace despite his confinement. "Follow us closely," Ivan instructed. "We need to move quickly." They made their way through the labyrinthine passages, the tension mounting with each step. Ivan led the way, his knowledge of the base's layout guiding them through the maze of corridors. Olivia stayed close to Noan, her heart racing with a mix of fear and determination. As they approached a critical junction, the sound of approaching footsteps sent a wave of panic through them. Ivan quickly signaled for them to hide in the shadows. A group of soldiers passed by, their conversation casual, unaware of the escape unfolding just feet away. Once the soldiers were out of earshot, they resumed their journey. They reached the section of the base where Ivan had arranged for a power outage. The lights flickered and went out, plunging the area into darkness. It was their cue to move swiftly. They reached the small, rarely used exit that led to the forest beyond the base. Ivan had prepared a vehicle, hidden among the trees. They climbed in quickly, and Ivan started the engine, driving them away from the base and towards the coast. The drive to the coastline was tense, but filled with a growing sense of relief. The darkened roads and the hum of the engine seemed surreal, a stark contrast to the harsh reality they were escaping from. As they neared the shoreline, the first light of dawn began to break over the horizon. They arrived at a secluded beach, far from prying eyes. The ocean stretched out before them, vast and inviting. Olivia and Ivan helped Noan out of the vehicle and led him to the water's edge. Noan turned to Olivia, his eyes filled with gratitude and emotion. "Thank you, Olivia. You have given me my freedom." Tears welled in Olivia's eyes as she embraced him. "Be safe, Noan. I'll miss you." Noan nodded, his expression softening. "I will find you again, Olivia. I promise." With a final glance, Noan slipped into the water, his form blending seamlessly with the ocean's depths. Olivia and Ivan watched as he swam away, their hearts heavy with emotion but lightened by the knowledge that they had done the right thing. As the sun began to rise, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink, Olivia felt a sense of peace wash over her. Noan was free, and their bond, forged in the depths of the Soviet base, would endure. She knew that one day, she would see him again, and until then, she would cherish the memory of their incredible journey and the love that had grown between them. Every year, on the anniversary of Noan's escape, Olivia found herself drawn back to the secluded beach where they had said their tearful goodbyes. The beach, with its pristine sands and gentle waves, had become a sacred place for her, a place where magic and reality intertwined. The first year, Olivia approached the beach with a heart full of hope and a tinge of uncertainty. As the sun set, casting a golden hue across the water, she saw a familiar figure emerging from the waves. Noan's form, shimmering in the twilight, brought tears to her eyes. She ran to him, her heart bursting with joy. "Noan!" she cried, embracing him tightly. The connection between them was as strong as ever, their bond unbroken by time or distance. "Olivia!" Noan's telepathic voice filled her mind with warmth and affection. "I promised I would return." They spent the evening on the beach, sharing stories of their lives over the past year. Noan spoke of the wonders of the ocean, the creatures he had encountered, and the freedom he now cherished. Olivia shared tales of her own, of the changes and challenges she faced in a world that seemed so different from the one she had known. Each year, Their reunions became a cherished tradition. Olivia would arrive at the beach with anticipation, her heart racing as she scanned the horizon for any sign of Noan. And every year, he would appear, his presence a testament to the enduring strength of their bond. One particularly stormy evening, Olivia sat on the beach, her coat wrapped tightly around her against the biting wind. The waves crashed violently against the shore, and for a moment, she feared that Noan might not come. But as the storm began to calm, she saw him emerge from the turbulent waters, his eyes filled with determination. "You came," Olivia whispered, tears streaming down her face. "I will always come," Noan replied, his voice a soothing balm to her fears. They huddled together, sharing stories as the storm raged around them. Noan spoke of ancient shipwrecks and underwater caves, of adventures and dangers he had faced. Olivia listened with rapt attention, her own worries and struggles momentarily forgotten in the presence of her beloved friend. As the years passed, their reunions took on a deeper significance. They were no longer just moments of joy and connection, but also times of reflection and growth. Noan's stories were filled with wisdom, and Olivia found solace in his words, drawing strength from their shared experiences. One year, as they sat on the beach, Noan shared a particularly poignant story. "There was a time when I doubted I would ever find freedom again," he said, "but your courage and kindness changed everything. You gave me hope when I had none, and for that, I will always be grateful." Olivia smiled, her heart swelling with pride. "You've given me hope too, Noan. Our bond is a reminder that love and friendship can overcome any obstacle." Their annual reunions became a testament to the enduring power of their connection. Each year, they would sit together on the beach, sharing stories and laughter, their hearts filled with a love that transcended the boundaries of their worlds. As the sun set on their latest reunion, casting a golden glow across the horizon, Olivia and Noan sat in comfortable silence, the weight of their shared history settling around them like a warm embrace. "No matter what happens," Noan said softly, "we will always have this." Olivia nodded, her eyes filled with unshed tears. Always. Their story, forged in the depths of the Soviet base and nurtured by the tides of the ocean, was a testament to the enduring strength of love and friendship. Each reunion was a reminder of the magic they had discovered together and the hope that had carried them through the darkest of times. As they parted ways once more, Olivia watched Noan disappear beneath the waves, her heart lightened by the knowledge that their bond would endure, unbroken by time or distance. She knew that next year, and every year after, they would find each other again on this isolated beach, their hearts united by the stories they shared and the love that bound them together.